Hello guys and welcome back to Twitch Chatter. Today we are going to continue our Apex guide on the legends themselves, and we are going to start off with Octane. I do want to start off by saying that Octane is one of my most favorite legends in the game. Not only can he play aggressive, but he could also use his abilities to play it more passively, and even to make a quick getaway. All of these things make him a pretty reliable legend in my opinion, and I hope that some of the knowledge that I pass on to you guys will be able to use in the battlefield. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into Octane. Now starting off with Octane's passive, it is called Swift Mend, and what it does is it gradually heals Octane's health over time until he is full HP again. Next up is Octane's tactical ability called Stim. After Octane injects himself with the substance in the stim, he will increase speed as well as slide faster and just have greater movement. Now I do want to clarify that Octane's stim does not actually kill him. His stim will bring him down to 1 HP, but it will not kill you. However, being at 1 HP does make you an easier target for enemies to shoot at. And now we're off to Octane's ultimate ability. Octane's ultimate ability is called Launchpad, and it's pretty straightforward. He throws forward a launchpad that you may hit and you get launched. However, there's many uses for this. And one of the many uses for Octane's Launchpad, as you just saw, is the interaction that it has with vehicles in Olympus. Olympus is finally back into rotation and I'm able to show you this, but as you just saw, when a vehicle hits Octane's Launchpad, it is sent up a high distance, and if the vehicle has its boost ready, it will launch you forward an even greater distance. Now we're on to Watson. Watson has a pretty long passive ability list, so let's go ahead and get into it. To start it off, Watson can carry 2 ult accelerants, and using an ult accelerant will fully charge her ultimate. Next up, similar to Octane, Watson now recharges her shield over time until it is full. And lastly, while Watson is standing next to her ultimate, she will recharge her ability, which is called Perimeter Security, which we will get right into in a second. And lastly, while standing next to Watson's ultimate, it will recharge her fences, meaning that you'll be able to throw down a lot of them and secure the perimeter that you're currently in. Watson's ability consists of putting down pallets that can attach to each other, setting electricity fans that can be utilized to zone out enemies and to give yourself some room to really breathe and force the enemy to shoot them down before entering the perimeter. And lastly, we have Watson's ultimate ability, Interception Pylon. Once you set down Watson's ultimate, it's going to intercept all the grenades, ultimates, such as Gibby's Airstrike and Bangalor's ultimate. Apart from this, it will also recharge Watson's ability pretty rapidly. and it will recharge you and your teammates' shields over time just by standing next to it. Next up, we have Crypto. Now, up first, Crypto is a recon legend, meaning that he will be able to scan recon beacons to find out where the next circle is. Crypto's passive ability is called Neuralink, and what this does is you can set up his recon drone above an area, and enemies within the 30 meters of that area will be marked for everyone to see. Not only that, but Crypto does have some hidden passives, such as banners. While you're on your Crypto drone, you can see banners and they will tell you how many enemy squads are in the area. In the clip above, you can see a couple clips of me passing through banners and see a variety of numbers depending on how many people are in that area. The area in which the Crypto drone tells you how many people are around you is within the 200-meter range. It will also count for the number of squads in the area, not so much as individual people. Another hidden passive about Crypto is that with your drone, you're able to not only collect but also revive your teammates instantly at a respawn beacon. And lastly, we have Crypto's ultimate ability called Drone EMP. Sends out a giant EMP blast that does damage to shields, staggers enemies, and disables traps. Next up, we have none other than Revenant himself. Revenant is pretty straightforward, as his passive ability is called Stalker, and what this does is it allows Revenant to climb higher than other legends and also crouch walk faster than other legends, giving him the chance to come up on people that may have not heard him, as he is quite speedy while crouched. Revenant's tactical ability is called Silence. Revenant throws down an orb that silences people, not allowing them to use their abilities or ultimates within the span of 20 seconds if they are hit with it. Revenant's ultimate ability is called Death Totem, and upon placing it down, you and your team can enter this totem. If you happen to die, you will just be teleported back to the totem with some minor damage to your health and maybe to your shield. If you do plan on playing Revenant, I do suggest picking someone else as Octane in your team. Placing down your totem and pushing in aggressively with Octane's jump pad is possibly one of the best combos out there. And now we're on to Loba. Loba's passive ability is called Eye for Quality. Nearby epic and legendary loot can be seen through walls, and the range of it is the same as the black market. Her tactical ability is called Burglar's Best Friend, and she throws out her bracelet that she can teleport to. She can throw this out of a window and teleport to that bracelet as long as there's area for her to land in. And lastly, Loba's ultimate ability is called Black Market Boutique. She can place down her staff, which opens up a black market, which allows you and your team to grab each 2 items from the surrounding area. Not only that, but you will also be given the accessibility to grab unlimited ammo that is around you. This basically summarizes Loa up, although her playstyle can really vary. Her black market can play a huge asset in the late game, as you can constantly shield swap with all the dead people dropping around you. And now up we have Rampart. Rampart is also one of my most favorite legends, as she's not exactly the strongest, but she is indeed fun to play. Rampart's passive ability is called Modded Loader, which basically increases the magazine size of LMGs and the minigun, as well as making the reload speed faster. Rampart's tactical ability is called Damn Cover. She places down a wall, and when it fully deploys, it amplifies the damage of the shots, as well as stop the shots that are currently going her way. And lastly, we have Rampart's ultimate ability, which is pretty fun. And if you haven't figured it out already, by the small icon at the bottom of the screen, Rampart's ultimate is a minigun named Sheila. The minigun must warm up before shooting at first, and will deploy a giant red laser to your enemies. Rampart Sheila is stationary, meaning that it cannot go anywhere. However, in the map Olympus, you may attach Sheila to the back of a vehicle and make a walking turret. And the second to last character of today's episode is Horizon. Horizon is possibly one of the best characters with movement in the game, as she loses no speed when hitting the ground from a high distance. Horizon's passive ability is called Spacewalk. This increased her air control and reduced the fall impact with Horizon's custom spacesuit, meaning that if you fall from a great distance, you will not be slowed much. Horizon's tactical ability is called Gravity Lift. This allows her to go up in the air, and you see me utilize it to get away after I miss all my shots. Also, this is a quick reminder not to leave the game if your teammates are still alive. And lastly, we have Horizon's ultimate. Horizon's ultimate ability is called Black Hole, and it should be pretty explanatory. Horizon throws out her gadget that opens up a black hole, pulling enemies into the middle of the radius. And the last character of today's list is Fuse. Fuse is the newest legend as of now, so we will be covering him lastly. Fuse's passive ability is called Grenadier, where he can now stack grenades in a pile of 2. Not only that, but Fuse loads the grenades into his arm cannon, firing them a much greater distance and accurately than other legends. Fuse's tactical ability is called Knuckle Cluster, where he throws out a cluster bomb that deals damage on impact before breaking off to smaller pieces that explode as well. This ability can inflict damage to himself, so if possible try to avoid that. And his last ability is called the Mother Load. And you will see just some of the potential that it has, especially in this enclosed space where it hit the roof and fell down onto them. You can quickly see the numbers on the bottom left of my purple Evo shoot up as they all burn not only from my Mother Load but from my Knuckle Cluster. And that should conclude our legend guide. I want to thank you all so much for making it to the end of the video, and I do encourage you guys to leave a like on the video. We will potentially be making another one in the future as more legends come out and we get more content into the game. And until then, I do suggest that you guys stay tuned so that way you don't miss it.